Hello everyone, and this is our Talk About NLP Trainers Training webinar. Welcome. My name's Christine Dawson and I'm the Managing Director and Lead Trainer at Quest for Success Limited. And we're experts in Neuro-Linguistic Programming, timeline therapy, NLP coaching and hypnosis. So welcome today, and the purpose of this webinar is to give you lots of information about the content and the process around NLP Trainers Training. So NLP Trainers Training is for people who already have an NLP practitioner certification and or an NLP Master Coach practitioner certification. So we accept people who have practitioner and if they have master practitioner. So either level can attend. And NLP Trainers Training is, of course, about becoming a fully accredited, certified trainer of NLP, which then allows you to train other people at practitioner and master practitioner level. So let's get into the content. So the first important thing are the dates for your diary. So this year, NLP Trainers Training is going to be the 10th to the 27th of September. And we hold our trainers training at the beautiful destination venue on the island of Evia. This is our third annual NLP Trainers Training. So we have a great deal of experience in taking our students from where they are to where they want to be. So at the event, you not only get a master trainer of NLP in myself, you also get the support and the encouragement and the love of our wonderful training assistants. They're all trainers of NLP in their own right, and they're all on a very, very intense journey of personal and business development as they are members of our Master Trainer Programme. The Master Trainer Programme comes after you've done your NLP Trainers Training, if you choose it. And it's a 5-year programme which tracks you through the personal development and the business development that you require to gain total mastery of training NLP. So all of our coaching assistants that join me in my team as I train you, my lovely students, they're all on a journey of discovery themselves, and they're all at different stages within that 5-year programme. So NLP Trainers Training is 18 days. And within that, you have 2 days which are training free. So those days are completely yours. You can choose to prepare your next journey. You can sit by the pool maybe and think about your presentations or think about evaluation, or you can go and explore the island. You can do some other activity or just lie on a sunbed. It's completely up to you. Your 3 days are yours. So the first 14 days are all of your learning, and you do lots and lots of practice. You will be constantly presenting so that you're building up your skills day by day. And then the final 4 days is the evaluation process. And you will be evaluated on your NLP knowledge, on your presentation skills that you've learned during the training, and also your ability to demonstrate NLP technique. And then at the end, we have a big party to celebrate your graduation. Okay, so NLP Trainers Training is all about you. Many people come on the training because they want to train NLP. Many others come because they want to be absolutely exceptional presenters and public speakers in their own profession. So yeah, many people come on the training and they really never intend to train NLP, and that's fine, because the training gives you everything you need to meet that goal, to be an excellent public speaker and presenter. So even if you don't want to train NLP, you can still get lots and lots of value out of attending the training. When you present or train with charisma, when you speak with charisma, when you communicate in that way, you become a leader that people will love to follow. We create public speakers and presenters and trainers that people want to see. They'll want to listen to you. They'll feel great when they've been in one of your trainings or seminars or meetings. You become a person of influence. You get that really artistic way of passing over to somebody else a very complex idea in a very simple way. So we focus on having your influence be exponentially increased. So if you're a leader, if you're in a leadership role or even a management role, attending the training would really increase your skill set in terms of your leadership and your influential power and how to engage people and bring them to you so that they really want to be with you, to work with you, and indeed to follow your lead. Our students leave us as world-class trainers. Our NLP Trainers Training is fully accredited by the American Board of NLP, which is the largest and the best organised NLP accreditation board globally. This means that your certification has international recognition. So no matter where you wanted to train in the world, your Evia NLP certification will be recognised. Our students, when they go out to train, are among the best NLP trainers in the world, and you can be one of them. If your ambition is to set up your own NLP training company, then you will become a real driving force to have that happen. We are an open architecture institute. We will share everything with you that we know about running an NLP training company or a training company in general. If this is your ambition, we will help you to grow your thinking so that you know how to run your own business the moment you leave. You'll be able to start training straight after you graduate from NLP Trainers Training. We'll give you the opportunity to purchase all of the slide packs, all of the manuals, all of the logistic paperwork, the course content, the scheduling, even a template for the certificates, all on one USB stick. So you can have everything you need to start training as soon as you graduate. Being a trainer of NLP is an absolutely wonderful profession. It's so interesting. Every single training you do, even though the content's the same, every single training is different because the people are different, and it keeps it fresh and exciting. And from my perspective, it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done, simply because you are transforming lives. The people that walk into your training on day one are very different people when they leave on day 8. They transform themselves. They become the best version of them. And just to see that happen right before your eyes is so rewarding. There's really nothing like it. So NLP Trainers Training encourages you to be someone who's doing, being and having exactly what they want. You will step onto a growth trajectory that will probably surprise and delight you. When our students move through the process of NLP Trainers Training, it's like they hold a mirror up to themselves. They see themselves in the way that other people see them, and they develop a new perspective about who they are, what they can be, what they can achieve. They find the very best version of them. And we find that they're ready to change. They're ready to do something new. They're ready to go out into the world and really make their mark. This is what Trainers Training can assist you to do. So when we teach you how to train, it really is a model of excellence. We'll get you to the point when you can speak in front of an audience professionally. with that thing we call charisma and excellence. Now that's important because when an audience is listening to you and watching you, there's something more than just information that they want. They want to be entertained. And that's what charisma is. Are you entertaining your audience? And we teach you how to do that. Charisma isn't something you're naturally born with. It's something you can learn. And that's what we'll teach you during NLP Trainers Training. If you don't intend to open your own training institute and become a trainer, that's great. Because everything you learn within NLP Trainers Training can be transferred easily into your existing career. And because it will absolutely accelerate your skill set and increase your competency and capacity for change, you will be on that career fast track. You'll get the promotions that you want. You'll get the best roles and the best projects and the best teams to lead because you're the best version of you. The training helps you to learn to express your thoughts and expertise effortlessly and to be an expert in your field. So whenever you're in a meeting or a presentation or a workshop, you're giving the best of yourself and doing that with confidence. So if you're one of these people who sits back in a meeting and doesn't really contribute because you don't feel that what you're going to say is of value and everybody else is very vocal, then it's time for you to step forward to find your voice. And that's what NLP Trainers Training absolutely permits you to do, to find your voice. And once you've found it, you'll never lose it again. Part of NLP Trainers Training is to focus on the business of NLP training. And we will help you understand all the business opportunities that are out there in the world that you can start to pull on. And we'll show you how to do that. We talk about how to market, how to sell, how to structure your business, how to have a product flow, everything around that. We will cover that in the trainers training. When you have this sort of certification, it's going to increase your visibility, increase your employability. It's a really big, juicy item on your CV. Will also help you avoid the pitfalls that many public speakers fall into. I'm sure you've watched many people present or train, and some of them you would have thought, yeah, that was great, I really enjoyed that. And others you would have been sat in excruciating pain watching them because of the way they presented. We'll stop you from falling into those pits. And of course, in the world of coaching or training or leadership or management, having this type of certification will really enhance your credibility going forward. You might be a facilitator in your current profession. You might be a leader. So you need to make sure that the skills you have in that area are as honed and as expanded and as broad as they could possibly be. So part of what you learn in NLP Trainers Training will really enhance your ability to facilitate groups and teams and to lead with real respect. So people who you're leading will be drawn to you. They want to be led by you, and they want to help you as a group of people to get to the goals that you want to get to. With the skills you learn at NLP Trainers Training, you will be able to double your sales by becoming a more effective speaker when presenting yourself and your services. We have to remember that even though you might be an amazing trainer, you've still got to run the business of training. And that might mean doing sales pitches and promotions and presentations, and even speaking in webinars and on your social media. If you can do that really well, you become compelling and people want to engage with you. We'll tell you how to create a bigger sales funnel with so much less effort than you're putting in at the moment. We'll show you how to do it easily and how to create, build and sustain a value-based, long-term client relationship that recession-proofs your business. The fact that all of my students rode COVID and are still riding economic effects of world events and still doing really well shows that we know how to be flexible. We know how to change, how to move in a different direction if we need to respond to what's happening around us. Recession proof, that's what you need to be. And we'll again show you how to do that. You'll be able to get started as a trainer and make your new career profitable right from the word go. And you can create a whole new business that's ready to go. Think of NLP Trainers Training as business in a box. We'll show you everything you need to know to set up that training business and get going with it really, really quickly. A lot of people have asked me quite recently, and especially as we've moved through the 2 years of COVID, what's the difference between doing NLP Trainers Training face-to-face and online? Now, I can really only share with you my own opinions around this because I know the nature of our particular NLP Trainers Training. And the fact is, it's very, very practical and very interactive. And the relationships that you build with your fellow participants are going to be so precious to you. You'll make friends for life, and you will really value the support that you give each other as you move through the process. At the end of the day, being a trainer is about being in front of people and engaging them. That doesn't work the same online. Face-to-face, it's a different beast. We talk at Trainers Training how to build energy in a room, how to build rapport with every single person in the room, how to be connected with everybody in the room, how to project your voice to the back of a training room, how to make sure that your language is precise, how to make sure that you know how the group dynamic is working and how to manage that, how to deal with participants that maybe challenge you a lot. All these things work far better face-to-face. If you want to learn to be a trainer, then you've got to train people. And it's so much more valuable to do that when you're in a room with people. That's not saying the training couldn't be done online. Of course it could. From my perspective, the value is in the connections that you make with people. And let's face it, if you're going to be a presenter, a public speaker, or a trainer, or a leader, or a manager, you are going to be in front of people at some point, real people, face to face. So if you learn the skills really well with people, then if you choose to, you can transfer them online at a later date. We use a destination training because trainers training needs to be an overall experience. Of course, we have our own training centre here in the UK, in Greater Manchester. And of course, I could run the training here. I decided not to, because trainers training is such an all-encompassing, intense experience that taking you away from all the different hassles of life, taking you away from all the work calls, even, family pressures, even, I have to make a meal tonight, what am I going to make? All those day-to-day things that just cause noise whilst you're in the training. So we go off to the island of Evia in Greece because it's such a beautiful island. It's a traditional working Greek island. It's not very touristic, so there isn't masses of tourists everywhere. It's very quiet, it's very peaceful, it's very natural. You can be in that learning environment that's very connected with nature. It feels like the right place to learn. And of course, when you finish the training day, you can make the most of that. And on your days off, you can also make the most of being in a beautiful destination. And just taking yourself out of your normal life and being surrounded by like-minded people with nothing else to think about apart from being the best possible trainer that you can possibly be, it really works. This is how we create world-class trainers, because we put you in a sort of NLP training bubble. Like the rest of the world doesn't exist just for those 18 days, so that you're completely focused in the training. You're constantly with people who are like-minded and are supporting you. We set you up to succeed. You'll get support every step of the way, both from myself and from my coaching assistants. We'll always be there for you. So I personally strongly recommend the NLP Trainers Training is best done face-to-face. We always also keep our groups small. So round about 12 people is where I like my groups to be. Simply because I want to know each of you personally. I want to know who you are. I want to know a bit about you. I want to know what your goals are for being in the training. And I personally want to be able to pay attention to how each of you is doing as you move through the training. With larger groups, that doesn't always happen. So we keep our training groups small to ensure quality. So how does it work? How do we create charisma and power in training and presenting in a really confident way? Well, we install 30 key behaviours at the unconscious level. Wow, 30 new behaviours to make you the most powerful presenter and trainer. The training builds. Every day we install something new. And it's a bit like the layers of an onion. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as we layer in each new behaviour. And we practice them consistently throughout the training, which means by the time we get to the graduation ceremony, everything's been installed at the unconscious level. You don't even have to consciously think about it anymore. You're able to be a natural, charismatic, exceptional public speaker, presenter, and trainer. We put you in the right learning environment. So, as I've just outlined, the learning environment is so important. And we give you plenty of practical experience. You will be pretty much presenting from day one. Because we keep our groups small and we do have a nice, quite large, comparatively speaking, coaching team, it means that you can get high quality, targeted and individualized feedback on every single exercise you do. So building each piece of feedback into your neurology and practicing it in the next exercise is how we build everything to perfection. It's how you become exceptional at the end of the training. We have open architecture. You can buy the slides and manuals, so you'll be ready to go. And we also pay attention to pastoral care. Why is this the case? Well, because it's an intensive training, obviously, some people cope with being away from home better than others, and we understand that. So our coaching assistants and myself are there to take care of everything. And we're there for you if you start to feel challenged by being away from home, or challenged by being in a foreign country, or just challenged by the training in general. Because it does push you to the point where you're ready for a breakthrough. And when you have that breakthrough, that's when the best version of you emerges. Like a caterpillar emerging out of a chrysalis and becoming a beautiful butterfly. It just works like that. You've just got to punch your way through that chrysalis so that you can then spread your wings and fly. So we do look after you as you're at NLP Trainers Training. Quest for Success are also here for you with lifetime support. So any questions that you have, anything that you want to recheck, anything that you need to build on, we're always at the end of the phone or at the end of an email. And that's for the entire life of your trainings. However long you want us for, we'll be there. So, how do you fund attending NLP Trainers Training? Well, here's the thing. It's very easy. What you do is you decide and commit to NLP Trainers Training, and then you schedule your first NLP practitioner training, even before you go to Trainers Training. This was the advice that was given to me when I did my Trainers Training. And you know something, I sold my very first place in Heathrow Airport as I was flying out to my training. This works. So if you come to NLP Trainers Training in September, you could schedule your first practitioner training maybe for November and start selling it. Sell the training and do the maths. You only need 5 people on your first NLP practitioner training to pay for your NLP Trainers Training. So it's a bit of a no-brainer, really. You can start earning from it before you take the training. And people often say, well, what if I don't pass? Trust me, you will pass. We set you up to succeed. And part of the process of doing that is that each month as we work towards September, I will have a personal conversation with you on the telephone, 20 minutes, where I will make sure that you're doing the preparation. So there is some preparation to do. You'll be required to prepare 2 presentations from a list of NLP topics. You'll also need to revise all of your content for the written test, which is an evaluation. And you need to practice your demonstrations as well. So every month we'll get together, I'll have a conversation with you, we'll make sure your content of your presentations is right. By the time you get there, you'll have done so much preparation that you can just really enjoy the practical work and the exercises that we do during the training. So set your training, tell everyone you know what you're doing and ask for their help. Remember, you only need 5 people and you've covered the cost of your trainers training. And that would include your flight out there and your accommodation. You can cover the whole thing just by selling some places on your first training. So I'm wondering what questions you have now. Maybe you're not quite decided yet. If that's the case, you can book a one-to-one discovery call so that we can have a chat and see if NLP Trainers Training is for you. And you can feel excited about the endless possibilities that will be open to you. So please feel free to give me a call. We're on a UK number, 0161 222 5775, or simply drop me an email asking for a training call, a discovery call. Christine@qfscoaching.co.uk. You can even just drop me your number and I'll call you. We can have a Zoom call if you'd rather do it more personally. So please get in touch and we can have that discovery call. I really recommend that you take action now so that you can get into the preparation and we can get you all ready for September. So I hope you found this webinar really useful. I'm waiting for your call. I would love to hear from you and I'll look forward to helping you on your journey towards being an exceptional presenter, public speaker and trainer of NLP. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you very soon.